why childhood isn't the same. I mean, I'm not a child no more, so obviously. Probably talking about the younger generation, but let's go. Let's see. Let's check it out.
Be young.
Hold on. Edit this out, Pack. Edit this out, Pack. Yeah, Pack. Edit this out, nigga. All right, let's get back.
Coming back from elementary school after a great workload of 2 assignments and a multiplication time quiz. Y'all not running me in these. Just saying, you got some.
My fault. My arms, bro. My arms. I worked out. I was working out earlier.
We do not care,
bro. I can't even feel my arms.
Silly bands you traded with your friends on the recess court.
Oh, I remember silly bands.
Big bowl of cereal and turn on the TV.
So look, I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was younger, we had Pop-Tarts at our house. It used to be in the top cabinet. So basically, I'm still to this day is sneaky like that. So I used to go climb on top of the counter, right? Like quietly, like literally climb on the handles. Climb on the handles, open the cabinet because the cabinet was above the refrigerator. So I used to do that, and we had blueberry and strawberry and cherry Pop-Tarts. So the variety pack is the big box. So I don't think it was the big box, but it was the boxes. So I used to climb up there, grab the blueberry. I think blueberry is the best Pop-Tart. Even though I don't eat it, blueberry is my favorite Pop-Tart of all time. It's the best Pop-Tart of all time. But I used to take it, right? And then I used to take it out slowly, close the cabinet, get back down quietly, run downstairs and eat it on the toilet. Not even joking. Not even joking. And when I was done, I threw it behind the washing machine.
Your favorite Disney
I used to do it a lot, bro.
Nickelodeon
My
show,
family caught on though.
Favorite cartoon show. You get bored, but no worries because you call your friends over and run any game on the Wii Sports, Mario Kart.
Oh my gosh. Yo, insert the Mario Kart lobby music here. Do you do it? Thank you. You did it? I'm just saying.
Smash Bros.
That's the
really.
bro. I miss playing Mario. I'm gonna get a Wii and play it on stream.
But now we're starting to see.
In my Justin, bro, I miss that Wii.
Childhood being set up. One
Coco
involving
Melon.
TikTok and brain rot. One involving Lunchline, the Haktua podcast. And I think it's official to say that childhood
It's
the
ruined.
same. If you're older than 21 nowadays, you're basically considered unk by kids that are 12. You struggle
Facts.
to keep up with all the new slang coming out. So I want to talk about, is this a good or bad thing when this great shift happens? Starting off with,
Though iPads are not bad because they keep child focused. I rather keep my kid on an iPad than do other stuff. No lie.
now if you're in the older half of Gen Z, you kind of have the unique experience of experiencing a great childhood where you actually went outside and played with your friends. Then when you got older, getting technology and it being adapted into society, it was kind of the perfect mix because you learned human connection.
Is that Ohio?
with every kid you
Which?
know and need,
Oh,
and then
damn,
got
my
the use
arms.
of technology to help you through life at a time when you needed it most. But when the iPad got introduced and kids started using it, things immediately shifted. Instead of traditionally as a kid, kids watching child networks and cartoons like previous generations, they were preferring to watch YouTubers more than that. And although a lot of Gen Z did grow up watching YouTubers, I would say pretty much everyone watching this did, it still wasn't.
Bro, I'm not gonna cap. When I was younger, I don't know what I think I was in middle school. So I used to have an Android that my aunt gave me one day. So I used to go on that Android every day and go watch Slogo Man, Jelly, and Quabblecop. I kid you not. And then one guy, Frick, I can't remember his name. I don't even know who I'm thinking of. But I'm thinking of somebody. I'm thinking of somebody, but I can't remember his name. I don't know what his name was. I used to watch the mess out of him. C-Top. He's a VR YouTuber, bro. Oh my gosh. I used to watch the mess out of them. Like, every time I come from school, we have bunk beds in my room. So I was on a bunk, always watching them, bro. Like, every time I came from school.
The main thing for a while, and we were still
But I miss
watching
being a
our
kid a little
favorite
bit, bro.
childhood networks. networks. But especially nowadays, since all networks have completely fallen off, kids are just watching YouTubers and streamers. And as much as we want to make fun of this, it's really not their fault. Childhood networks are officially dead. Ain't no one
trash. Nickelodeon trash, Disney trash,
which is such a contrast to how it was growing up. I remember even growing up, some of my older family members would watch the cartoons with the kids because they were actually that good. It was like the last stretch of good coming out before the downfall started. Nowadays, these networks can't produce a good show to save their life. And it's sad too, knowing there could be good shows if they simply paid the people who made them. Like, they're really
like what happened to Disney Channel, bro? Bro, back like 10 years ago, Disney Channel was that, bro. I'm telling you, Disney Channel had the movies in the shows. Bro, Disney really fell off. How, Disney? Bro, real life. Bro, y'all had Ant Farm. Y'all had Lab Rats. Y'all had so much shows, bro. Lab Rats my favorite Disney show of all time.
We do not care.
But bro, Nickelodeon was killing y'all. They had iCarly, Victorious. Oh my gosh, bro. What happened to y'all, bro? Like, real life, what happened? They had Raisins of Waverly Place. I'm trying to think of more while I'm talking. But bro, they had I can't even name them. I don't even know all of them, bro. But I know they had a lot, bro. They just so
ruining kids' childhoods over not wanting to pay the makers of the shows. So I would say Gen Z is the last generation to experience traditional media at its peak. And that's why I think this iPad generation compared to every other is so noticeable. Especially for Gen Z. Like, Gen Z and millennials relate way more to each other than Gen Z and Gen Alpha. We both grew up more outside. We both experienced social media when we both watched traditional forms of media. Shoot, even boomers relate to us in some way. Like, we both grew up watching live TV together at least. And the way previous generations
George Lopez show, every time I wake up, oh my gosh. My cousin have it on all the time.
Much dead.
Like every single day, we wake up and come downstairs before we go to school. That show was on.
Realize the fakeness of Hollywood and the whole facade.
Weirdo, Diddy, weirdo,
but
no
I don't
Diddy.
think kids looking up to YouTubers and streamers is necessarily a bad thing.
It's
now,
not.
Can it be cringe at times?
Yes.
We got prime, boys. We got prime. We got prime, boys. We got prime.
Yeah, but maybe we're just
just drink water,
like,
bro.
There's this joke going around right now.
My cheese jippy, bro.
While watching the Haktua podcast and listening in the thick of it, and people are in the comments saying this is gonna be someone's childhood, which I know is jokes and all. I've made fun of it too. But if I'm actually being serious, so long as they have a good childhood and enjoy it, I could give a what they like. Like, every generation has in some form.
Bro, people in the 80s were growing up with Michael Jackson, bro. That's crazy. Like, the kids growing up in the 80s, like my mom and them they had Michael Jackson. What?
Some different type of childhood, and it's never exactly gonna be the same. When I was growing up, shoot, I know my parents saw me watching SpongeBob and probably were like,
they didn't even have, not just Michael Jackson, but they had a lot of people
who goes to work every day to cook burgers for sentient fish in the ocean. Yeah, we're completely I knew I should have pulled.
And no, I'm not comparing like SpongeBob to Skibbity Toilet, but y'all get the point. And I don't like how some of y'all are acting like Gen Z never had brain rot and we're above that caliber.
I don't remember
10 years
no
ago,
brain
as we're
rot.
recording this, people were making MLG edits with the most brain rot things going on in the screen. People were making YouTube poops of the most random shows ever. Even with our childhood shows. Like, you can't tell me Teletubbies wasn't the most seizure-inducing show for a child to watch. My point is really, I'm just hoping Gen Z doesn't become like other generations.
It's not as bad.
Nagging about everything the younger generation does. And don't get me wrong, okay, I've talked my critiques about Gen Alpha already. But regardless, that doesn't mean I want them to have a terrible childhood and look back at it with shame because people made fun of them. The one thing I am scared of, though, is how early this content consumption is happening. Before kids got iPads, the most you were getting is a leapfrog that worked half the time. It might have had a game or two on it, but that was about it. But with the amount of content online and how many videos, games, and whatever kids are consuming with tablets nowadays, it's not even a prediction. It genuinely will affect the way their brains process things in the future. Like, I'm so glad I didn't grow with short form content as a kid, because holy
imagine, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Look, imagine like me growing up as a kid and I had a phone. Yo, bro, I won't even be me. I literally won't even be who I am. As a kid, I would have been so invested on my phone my whole life would have disappeared like this in front of my eyes as a kid. My whole childhood would have boom. Because the phone is a big old distraction. Why the heck would you give your kid a phone, bro? No. Bro, I'm getting my kid a DS, nigga.
Brain would already be more cooked than it already
Like I did.
Like,
I had a DS.
Already cooks my brain, and I'm a grown ass man. I couldn't imagine.
I was 9 with a DS.
5-year-old, and you can even see how it's changing kids already. There's videos
First time I ever
of
had
parents taking
something
their
like
kids'
that.
tablets, and the kids start fighting like their life is on the line. Shoot, that might be the parents' fault because if that was me and my
MVP
kid,
right
that
there,
kid is
that's
getting
MVP.
Mike Tyson on the spot. I'm just kidding, YouTube family-friendly guidelines. I would never do such an action, and I apologize for my jokes and actions. And the main thing tablets are affecting in kids' brains is their ability to learn, which is pretty scary because these kids are going to be future doctors and engineers, so having cognitive ability skills is kind of important. I swear, in the future, attention span is going to be so cooked, your doctor's going to have to stop mid-surgery to scroll on TikTok. Like, y'all better stay in good health for your own good, because your doctor in the future is not going to be able to help you. And nowadays, I've been noticing that fat phobia is kind of dying. Either all of them are going on Ozempic or hitting the gym. Even Lizzo is losing weight. Like, that should be a tell-all sign that the future is dim, y'all. Eat health. Another thing that I feel like is going
Take care of your
away
body. It's a
is
temple, boy.
innocence of childhood. Nowadays, kids have unrestricted use of the internet with parents that could give less of a what they do on it. And the first tell-all sign of how bad this got was
I rebuke
the
that.
first Elsagate back
My
in
name is Jesus.
2016. Parents were absolutely shocked
Oh, that
and
was
appalled
bad.
at the sights they were beholding. I could only imagine them grabbing.
Hold on. There's no way you're a parent and you're not monitoring what your kid is watching. What are you doing? Like, I don't care. There is no way you're a parent. You let your kid watch whatever. Like, how?
Little Timmy's tablet and see
No
him
way.
watch Spider-Man hump Elsa at the ferocity of a velociraptor.
Oh,
and you
no
know, this
way,
could have
bro.
all been prevented if they just
Monitor.
actually parented their kid. But that's not realistic, let's be real, y'all. I couldn't imagine this was the content I had to watch as a kid and I would come out as a stable, normal human being. I already feel like I started watching sexual stuff at way too young of an age anyways. But if this happened to me when I was like 4 or 5, I would be cooked. The worst we got is Dan Schneider sneaking in feet at every shot he could. And there's even kids now who grew up at the Elsagate time who describe how this content mentally them up. It hasn't gotten any better. In fact, it's actually worse. And even though cable TV is basically dead today, it was kind of the protector for this stuff. If there was a child
still watch
network
Ohio
back
State.
then, you would 100% be good as a
football.
parent to leave your easier to regulate.
Let me see the shows. I don't know Bewitched. I don't know the Jack Pony Grandma. I don't know Malcolm's Navy. I think I know Bewitched. I think I heard of it. Soap. I think I heard of that. Dog, I thought that was Rick and Morty. Bro, it says Mork and Mindy. Who the frick is that? I don't know none of these shows. Am I old? Oh, it's 2024. I really don't know these shows now.
But now it's like if you shrunk the TV, gave the kid full access to anything on it, and the regulator was Patrick. But then again, who knows how they'll turn out? I think a lot of them will grow up and eventually just forget about all this stuff, because in some way, even older generations experience this. Okay, not exactly Elsagate, but experience watching things as a kid they weren't supposed to. Like, I remember when I was younger and first saw Happy Tree Friends, and I could barely watch that as an adult, but in some way, I made it out fine. Seriously though, whoever thought of the concept of Happy Tree Friends is one of the sickest to ever exist. And for y'all that don't know Happy Tree Friends, you've been warned. Even in the past,
I'm not gonna
kids
watch
used to
it.
steal their dad's corn stash and watch it on the TV. The problem is, it's just way easier to access this compared to before.
Literally.
Like, even being able to get to that step. Is
Even, it's on Instagram now.
Ever changed is learning. Traditionally, for
kids not
say
supposed to. I don't know why I
100,
said it.
200 years,
YouTube.
it was the same simple learning format of bringing a journal and your textbook to class, get the homework or assignment at school in paper, finish it on paper, and turn it in at school. But nowadays, since basically every school assignment is given to you online, everyone's just using AI to complete that. And it's even worse when it comes to a kid, because I could care less if you're older and you're given some bullshit assignment to write a 10-page paper about someone that no one cares about. But when it's a kid learning important developmental skills like simple reading or math, it's important that they don't cheat on any.
School is cooked. I'm not gonna lie. School is cooked. Bro, school is cooked. There is no way. Bro, everybody's gonna cheat. You have AI now. Like, bro, if I'm in school, I'm trying to like block all that stuff. ChatGPT, photo math, what's that one with the owl on it? You know what I'm talking about? I have the app on my phone, bro. What is it called? What is it called, bro? I don't think I have it on my phone no more. But I had it. It's like an owl. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, bro. School might be cooked. All you gotta do is go to ChatGPT or math for weight and boom. The answer right there.
Any of these at all. Could you imagine a kid using ChatGPT for simple addition, then being a grown adult and not knowing how to do it? You might be a skilled mathematician in the future if you know how to add double digits. And this is specifically just online assignments, because that's really the only place you could cheat. If it's an in-person test, then you're cooked. Most of the time, you just gotta take an L on that. It's funny because in my high school classes, some of the teachers—
hold on, bro. If people cheat, and they gotta take their ACT, it might be GG's. You ain't gonna know a thing. I don't know what my score was on my ACT. I ain't get it back. So I'll still never know. I think I passed it. I mean, I ain't go to that school a year later, but I think I passed it though. Yeah. When I was at school, bro, I used to take my test. I used to look at like who was done first before I turned my test in, because I didn't want to be the first one done. I mean, I rushed it. You feel me? So I used to wait, and I used to wait. I know I was done. I used to wait till like I seen people like turn assignments before me.
Always wonder how everyone was doing flawless on the online assignments. They're completely bombing the test. One of the teachers actually realized what was going on and changed all of her assignments so that only she made them and you couldn't cheat. So no one was able to find the online answers anymore, and some people kind of did better in the class and had to lock in on it because of that. A good requirement would be if you're in elementary school, you have to do your stuff in person only. Like, that makes the most sense. The last thing that got way worse is kids trying to act grown. And notice how I said got worse, because every single generation has had kids who have tried to act grown. Back then, you had kids getting candy cigarettes and
you don't want to be grown.
Badass,
I'm trying to tell you.
Fake smoking them. Growing up, everyone pretended to be their favorite music artist and throw a concert in their room. But the major difference between in the past versus now is kids can globally post it, and most of the time they do. In the past, if you did some stupid shit as a kid, then only you or your friends would know. But now your mistakes are gonna be aired out to the entire world. A good example is all the Andrew Tate kid clones trying to act like him, saying they're gonna fly out to Dubai with some supermodels by the time they're 18 and
little nigga, you gonna, bro, I'm gonna say you're gonna be broke, but you wanna fly to Dubai with some supermodels, nigga? Get your mind right, nigga. Get your little mind right, little boy. What the heck wrong with you? Talking about some supermodels, nigga. Go chase your dream, boy. You don't need to fly to Dubai. They need to go to Dubai for when you're 18. I mean, that's cool, but what for? Nigga, help your family out first, boy.
You just know they're gonna grow up and cringe at all the so hard, and it'd be completely public, so then you got people roasting them in the comments. And the thing is, I don't blame
bro,
them,
not going to
if I was
Dubai.
a kid in this era, I would probably do some shit like that too, but at least you wouldn't see it. Basically, everyone has a video they
man, I couldn't grow up in this
kid they look back at.
I couldn't even grow up in this era,
but
bro.
the main worry is when kids try to dress grown then post it online,
no
because
way.
If you can't already tell, there's a lot of creeps on the internet who would intentionally look for that stuff.
A lot of them.
And the easier it is to spread now with TikTok and Instagram,
Scary.
the harder it is to
I'm
regulate.
getting scared.
Once again, this is the fault of the parents, but it's already too late pretty much. The best you can do is report the accounts. So overall, I think it's safe to say
monitor what your kids are doing.
And yes, you can have your complaints and whatnot, but I would say give some things a chance still. Because like I said, every generation had a different way of growing up. And this might be the biggest gap of it, but at the end of the day, if they're happy, good for them.
Sticking out your yacht for the Rizzler.
You're
so skibbity.
Until next
There's
time,
all phantom tags.
I'm out.
I just wanna be your Sigma.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
You actually went outside.
Subscribe.